Hello students, welcome to RoboGuru online programming tutorial. Today we'll talk about introduction to robotics and today we'll write our first code also. Okay, let's see. So what we'll learn today is basics of RoboGuru and its environment, best programming practices. Okay, so we'll write our first program today. Then there is something called LCD. Okay, there's a display in RoboGuru. We'll use that display. It's called LCD. Then we'll write our first program on LED and buzzer. Maybe you know LED, maybe you don't know buzzer. We'll talk about both of them. Then we'll talk about basic motion commands in RoboGuru. Okay, and later we will configure a robot also. Okay, so here in this session, we will be at least covering most of the instructions or most of the commands. Okay, most of the commands we'll try to cover in this session, and we'll see what each and every command does. Okay, let's see. So let's look at basics of RoboGuru and its environment. Okay, I'll talk about all these things. Okay, and we'll see that how to work on RoboGuru. Okay, so students, if you have installed RoboGuru, I think I am considering that all of you must have installed RoboGuru. So your RoboGuru must look like this. Okay. Some of the students may be facing right. So your RoboGuru should look like this. You may not see your name up here. Welcome Shubham Chaudhary, and you cannot see your name also here. So because you may not have purchased RoboGuru premium version. Like earlier I've told you that when you purchase a premium version, you have to register. You have to go here in help, then click on register, and here it's showing that RoboGuru is registered, but when you will click here, a form will appear. Okay, so in that form you have to enter all the details and your RoboGuru key. Okay, RoboGuru key is something you will receive when you purchase a RoboGuru premium version. Okay, your school will provide you or will provide you the RoboGuru key when you purchase a RoboGuru premium version. Okay, so let's talk about RoboGuru, what RoboGuru is and what are the things we can do on RoboGuru. So first of all, the bigger part we can see here is the 3D simulator. Okay, in the previous tutorial also I've told you that this is called as a 3D simulator. So here inside this simulator you can move. Okay, so by clicking on the screen, when you click on the screen anywhere, okay, and you move up and down, okay, these angles change. Okay, and when you move left and right, okay, the rotation for the robot happens. So now you can move left and right to rotate the view, rotate the camera angle. Okay, now when you scroll up and down, I'm using mouse. If you're using a laptop, you can use a scroll up here. Okay, in the right hand side you can see this scroll. You can use this scroll. You can push it up and push it down for zooming in and zooming out. So I'm using a cursor, using my mouse, so I don't require this scroll. So I can use this my mouse scroll to zoom in and zoom out. Okay. Similarly, you can use this scroll. Use this scroll for moving up and moving down, or zooming in and zooming out. Okay. Then, if you see, we can move this robot also. If you want to explore this arena, you should move your robot also. So when you click on this robot, you will see that it turns red. Okay, a red thing has appeared. Okay, I'll zoom in a bit and now I'll show you. So when I click on this robot, you see that this robot turns red. Okay, a red flag comes on the robot. Okay, so what we can do is, now I have not like left my cursor key. Okay, my mouse key I have not like left it. So when I just move my cursor now, move my mouse now, robot will also move. You have to drag it and place it anywhere else. You click on the robot, drag it and place it somewhere else. You click on the robot, drag it, place it somewhere else. Okay. So similarly, these things you can do with the robot. For example, I want to place my robot somewhere around here. Okay, I want to see what are the things here. Okay, I'll place my robot here. So different places I can place my robot. Okay, so here I think somehow the robot is lost. Okay, you're not able to see the robot. It got stuck. Okay, the robot has got stuck. So what you can do is you can go here in the top right corner. Okay, when you click on this top right corner, your robot will automatically come back to its home position. So that was its home position. So even I can place it anywhere else, and when I click on that button, robot will come back. Okay, robot will come back to the same position. Right, my robot is stuck right now. Okay, I cannot do anything. Okay, so I will press this button to make my robot come back. Okay, I will go here and click on this button. Okay, now robot has come back. So this area, this 3D part is called as 3D simulator. Okay, it's called as 3D simulator. Similarly, there are some settings also. You can figure out those settings. You can check these settings, and even help option is there. Okay. Now this bigger white panel up here is called as program editor, code editor, or programming console. You can call it anything. Okay. So this part will be called, I will be calling as a program editor or a code editor. Okay. Okay. So let's start from very basic. Okay. We'll go to the top left corner. Okay. So there is, if I click on file, there is new. You want to create a new file. You click on this. You want to open a new file, open a previous file. You want to save this file. You want to save a new file. Then you want to print or you want to quit. Okay, some shortcuts are also there. I think you all must be aware of these shortcuts also. Undo, redo, select all, cut, copy, paste. Okay, all these options are available here. You can do that. Okay, if you come here, it's like zoom in, zoom out options are there. So if I press Ctrl B and Ctrl M, so if I'm pressing Ctrl B, the size of the program gets bigger. Okay, and if I press Ctrl B, it gets zoom out. Ctrl B and Ctrl M. Ctrl B for zooming in, Ctrl M for zooming out. Okay. If you want to make it fit also, this is the fit option. Then if you go to view, there is find and replace also. These are very useful tools. So if you have written a lot of values and you want to change all the values at once, you can use this find and replace. Okay. Then there comes robot. Okay, there are 2-3 things. First is configure. Okay, we'll talk about this configure part somewhere around in class 8th or class 9th. Okay, so I'm leaving this part, configure part, because from here we will configure our motors and sensors. Okay, we'll talk about motors and sensors in class 8 or 9. Okay, there's still time. So first we'll go to window. There is something called IO panel. When you click on this IO panel, something like this will immediately appear. Okay, if you're using RoboGuru for the very first time, this may take time. This will take maybe 5 to 10 seconds to appear. Okay, so this is something called IO panel. We call it as input output panel because on this panel there are lots and lots of things which are available. For example, you may see this green screen, right? This green screen is called as LCD. You may have heard of this term. Previously, there used to be TVs and monitors which were using LCD technology. Now most of them are using LED technology, but earlier they used to use LCD technology. Okay, you must have seen these LCD technologies even in calculators also, right? Some old calculator you may have seen, it also has a green screen, right? So this is like a same screen. And there are 2 LEDs. I think you are well aware of what a LED is, right? So these 2 things, these 2 circles are the LEDs. So you can use these LEDs as a lot of indicators. Okay. Then there are 4 switches: switch 1, switch 2, switch 3, switch 4. You can use these switches for performing different actions. For example, you can move the robot with switch 1, move backward with switch 2. If you press switch 3, LED 1 will glow. If you press switch 4, LCD will display something like that. You can use these switches for different inputs. Okay. Then if you go to Windows again, there is something called Find RoboBrain. Okay, so this option Find RoboBrain or Burn, these two options will not be utilized by us. Okay, these are the options which will require a Robox kit. Okay, I would suggest all of you to go to YouTube and search about Robox kit, ROBOX. Okay, and you'll find a lot of videos related to Robox kit. Okay, so it's better that you see it there on YouTube. There are lots and lots of videos related to Robox kit. Okay, so RoboGuru can program a Robox kit. Okay, so it's better that you see that Robox kit. Even for Narayana students, this Robox kit is available for a discount also. If you want to purchase a Robox kit, you can purchase a Robox kit also for a discount, right? Moving ahead, let's go to simulator. So I've already told you that this part is called as simulator. Okay, this 3D part is called as simulator, 3D simulator. So you can stop this simulator also by clicking on stop simulator. So this simulator has stopped. If you want to start it again, you go to simulator and go to start simulator and click on learning. This simulator will automatically start. Yeah, right now I'm using lot of applications. That's why this has become a bit slow, but not to worry. Your system will work perfectly. Okay, so here you can see that this thing is called as programming panel, correct? And here just below this there is a error panel also. So whatever error, whatever something wrong if you have written inside this program editor or code editor, those errors will be displayed here. Okay, with the line number also, they will display the line number as well. Now if you look at just below this programming panel and just above this error panel, there are 3-4 options. So first one, if I take there, it says run in simulator. Second one, pause simulator. Third one, stop simulator. Okay, so when you click here, run in simulator, this will, whatever program you have written, this will run the program. Suppose you want to move the robot forward, you'll give a forward command and this robot will start moving forward. Okay, and second is pause and third is stop. And there is a download to RoboBrain. Again, this option is not available for us. If you have a RoboGuru kit with you, Robox kit with you, definitely you can use this option to upload the program on RoboBrain. Okay, but it's not required for. But anyway, for uploading the program on RoboBrain also, it will require a Robox kit, a premium RoboGuru version. Okay. Again, I have already told you in the previous class that if you want to purchase a premium RoboGuru version, you have to pay 999 rupees towards robotics kit in your school. Okay, robotics lab. Okay, you have to pay 999 rupees towards robotics lab, and you will be given you have to pay 999 and you will get a RoboGuru key. Okay, which will convert your RoboGuru free version to a RoboGuru premium version. Okay, from here I think it's clear you can increase and decrease the speed of the robot. Okay, so what I would suggest is you first try all the programs at speed 50. Later on you can change them up and down. Okay, so it should be around 50 always, not more than that, not less than that. It should be somewhere around 50. Yeah. Okay, now students, if you double click on this robot, okay, if we double click on this robot, a new window will appear. So here you can see a configure robot option is there. Okay, so you can select certain wheels. So I have selected this this right wheel. Now I can increase or decrease the size of the wheel. So you can see the right side wheel is bigger than the left side wheel. So I can save it. Okay, similarly I can increase the mass of the robot. Okay, I can increase the mass of the robot. Similarly I can increase the torque of the motors also. Okay, I want a lesser torque, I want a more torque. All these things can be decided. Okay, if you want to save it, you can save. Okay, so you can see that left wheel, the right wheel looks lot bigger than the left wheel. Okay, So you can, if you want to change it again, you go back, you can click on reset robot, okay, and save it. Okay, so this option is also available. We'll utilize this option in some programs. We'll discuss about them later. Okay, but now let's go back to the PPT and understand. So we have discussed all these things, right? We have already discussed these things. We'll move to the other part. Writing our first program. Okay, we'll try to write our first program. So how RoboGuru reads a program? So first of all, RoboGuru reads a program just like human beings. Okay, just like human beings. It's going to read a program from top to bottom. Okay, so it's going to read the first line, execute it. Okay, it's going to read the second line, execute it. Okay, if it's going to read the third line, execute it. It's going to work like that. First line, second line, third line, fourth line, just like that. Okay, and RoboGuru follows instructions. You have to understand this. RoboGuru always follow instructions. So in most of the programs, what I would like to say is RoboGuru will never be wrong. Okay, if you're not getting the right output, right outcome, it's because you must have written the program wrong. So it's better to check your program if you have written it correctly or not. Then maybe you think about you thinking that RoboGuru is wrong, or it's doing certain things wrong. Okay, so like any other language, so this is the programming language, right? So like any other language, RoboGuru has certain rules to write a program. We just need to follow the rules. Okay, let's first write our first program. We'll go back to RoboGuru. So students, I'm going to write a program. I'm going to write a line. For example, I'll write a line in English. Okay, I'll write my name is, I'm sorry. Okay, so students, you can see I have written a sentence, right? So in this sentence, you can see that I have followed all the rules of English language. For example, in this, since M is capital because we are starting a sentence, then in this S is capital because Shubham is a name, it's a noun, noun should be capital. Then at the end, I have written a full stop also. Okay, so I have followed all the rules of English language. That's why you are able to understand. Okay, but similarly, if I want to add some more things, similarly, if we talk about RoboGuru language, it's important that you follow all the rules of robotics, all the rules of RoboGuru. Otherwise, RoboGuru will not understand what you are trying to say. Okay, so just to give you the first rule, okay, we'll be discussing these rules again and again. Okay, but just to give you the first rule, it's important that you write this main start and main end. Okay, usually it will come in front of you when you run your program, but if it's not there, so suppose if I remove this main start and main end, you can write them back. For example, I'll write M capital AIN and START. So if you see, I haven't added a space between main and start. There's no space between main and start. S is capital, M is capital, right? I'll press enter. Then I'll write MAINEND. Sorry. Okay. Now let me program a LCD. Let me write something on the LCD. Okay. For example, if I want to write something on the LCD, first of all, I need the LCD. Okay. So in order to get the LCD, I'll go to Window. I'll go to IO panel. Okay. When I click on IO panel, this thing will appear. This green part I have already told you. It's called LCD. The full form is Liquid Crystal Display. Okay. Now you can go to IO command, then go to LCD command, and here is something you can find, LCD message. When you click on this LCD message, it will automatically come up here. Okay, and you can see here that it's asking for a message. It's asking you for a message. Okay, so I will write hello. I have given 3 spaces. Okay, I'll explain why I have given 3 spaces. Let me just first run this program. Okay, so students, if I want to run this program, I will click on this button. Okay, so now I have run the program. Okay, so second button is to pause the program, third button is to stop the program. Okay, since we are running this program for the very first time, so it's going to take a little bit more time, or I'll say it will take around 10 to 15 seconds to run this program. Otherwise, it usually happens in 5 seconds. Okay. So I have written LCD message hello student. So when I run this program, this message will appear on the LCD. Students, when this program is executed, this hello students will appear on the LCD screen. Let's see. So first time when you run this program, again I've told you that it's going to take time. It's going to take 10 to 15 seconds. After that, this will be executed in just 5-6 seconds. Right? So you can see hello students has appeared on the screen. Similarly, you can write multiple other things also. So if you want to write any other thing, you can write all the numbers, you can write all the content on this. For example, I can write even numbers. So I can write 5 multiplied by 8 is equals to 40. So if I want to write this, I will stop this command and run this command again. You'll see that this thing will appear on the LCD screen. Correct? 5 multiplied by 8 is equals to 40. You need to ensure one thing, that RoboGuru can display only 8 characters in first line and 8 characters in the second line. So total 16 characters can be displayed. Okay. So if the characters are more than 8, then the other characters which are more than 8 will be transferred to the next line. Okay. So if I reduce some of the spaces, so I have given a space after 5, I've given a space after multiply, I've given a space after 8, and all these spaces if I remove, you'll see that these things will definitely come in one single line. So it's going to take only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Only 6 blocks it's going to take. 2 blocks will be left empty. Let's see. Right? You can display in this way also. So anything can be displayed. You should try different things and identify what are the things which can be displayed on LCD and what are the things which cannot be displayed on LCD. Okay. So for to give you a hint, that rupees symbol, okay, that rupees symbol is there, right? So rupees symbol cannot be displayed on the LCD. So if I write that rupees symbol here, it cannot be displayed on the LCD. So you can try different other things also, which characters can be displayed and which characters cannot be displayed. Okay. Let's go back and let's look at now. So we can display our name, we can display your best friend's name, we can display a small quote also, and we can display maths also. We have already done this, right? So anything we can display. Now let's talk about buzzer and LED also. Okay. Let's go back to RoboGuru. Now we'll talk about buzzer and LED. So instead of this, we will just remove this and we will add a buzzer. How do we add a buzzer? If I'll go to IO command, go to buzzer command and select buzzer on. Okay. Now you'll see that buzzer on has appeared here. Now if I run this command, you will start hearing a sound. Okay. Let me explain what a buzzer is. Okay. So buzzer is something you must have seen in two-wheelers, okay, in scooters or even bikes, motorcycles. Okay, you must have seen that when your parents give an indicator towards left or right, a sound also comes up, right? That sound to turn is actually coming from a device called buzzer. Okay, so that buzzer is also there in RoboGuru. You can use this buzzer to produce sound. So if I run this command, you'll hear a sound. Let's see. Right, you will hear this sound until you press stop button. Okay, so you have to press the stop button to stop this sound. Even you can add a LED also. I have already told you that these two circles are LED, so you can program these LEDs also. So first you need to delete this buzzer, or you can keep it there also, no problem. So RoboGuru can execute 2-3 commands also. Okay, RoboGuru can execute multiple commands together. Okay, RoboGuru is very fast. Okay, in the next class we'll look at that. We'll go to LED command, then go to LED 1 on. So now buzzer 1 is on and LED 1 is on. Both of them are on. So if I run this command, you will see that this LED will be on and you will hear a sound from buzzer also. Let's see. Similarly, in this program, we can add LCD also. Right? Let's try adding LCD in the next task. Right? So I think here you can clearly see that this LED one was on and the buzzer was also on. Okay, so you can add multiple other commands also, like you can add IO, you can go to IO command, add a LCD command also by clicking on this LCD message and typing the message. Okay, you can write anything. Let's write just do it. I've written a quote of just do it. Okay, after that let's add an exclamation mark also. So if I run this command, or let's add LED 2 also. It doesn't matter which in which sequence you are writing right now, because all of them has to be executed. So since RoboGuru works so fast, it's very fast. So it will execute all these commands together. Okay, it will execute definitely the first command first, then second command second, the third command third, and fourth command last. Okay, so it will execute according to that. But it's going to be so fast that you will not be able to see it. Okay, and you will see all these commands executing at once. If I run this command, you will see LED 1 will be on, then buzzer will be on, which will produce sound, then LCD will display, this LCD will display just do it, and LED 2 will be on. So these two will glow red, you will hear a sound, and just do it will appear on this LCD. Let's see. Correct. That's what we have to do. Let's go back to RoboGuru and do something else. Okay. So here is something which is basic motion commands in RoboGuru. So there are 7 motion commands in RoboGuru, or I'll say 6 motion commands. One is a stop command. Okay. Let's look at all these commands. First one is forward. Okay. So I think this diagram looks very similar to the robot, to a robot. Okay. There's a left wheel, this one. There's a right wheel, this one, and this structure looks like a robot. Okay, we are looking at the robot from top. Okay, now if we move the right wheel forward and the left wheel forward, okay, so now robot will move forward. If we move left wheel backward and right wheel backward, robot will move backward. If we move only the right wheel forward, the left wheel will be stop. If we move only the right wheel forward, robot will turn left. Okay, similarly for right also. And when we talk about hard right, this time hard right and hard left, 2 wheels will work. For example, in hard right, just look at right and hard right. Right, you can clearly see that the right wheel is also moving backward. So right wheel, if you are using a right command, it will make the robot turn in right direction, but in a curved direction, in a curved way. Okay, it will take a curved way. But when you use a hard right, it will just turn. It will be a very sharp turn if you are using a hard right. It will be a little curved turn if you are using a right. Similar cases for left and hard left also. Okay, you can see here that left also uses the left wheel. Hard left also uses the left wheel, right? So you can try these programs. Let's try it out. So I will remove all these things, and now I don't require this IO panel. So I will click here, go to move command and add a forward command. Now if I run this command, you'll see that robot will start moving forward. Just to give you the second rule, it's very important that you should write the entire program between this main start and main end. Okay, it's very important that you write your entire program. We have written forward, right? It should be written between main start and main end. Nothing should be before this main start, nothing should be after this main end. Okay, if I run this command, you will see that robot will start moving forward. Right, robot has started moving forward. At this point of time, you can increase or decrease the speed also. If you increase the speed, robot will start moving faster. If you decrease the speed, it will be lot slower. So you can zoom in here also and see that since I've used only 2, the speed is 2, that's why robot is moving very slowly. Okay, so you can stop this. Okay, similarly you can try other programs also, left, right, hard left, hard right. I would suggest you try all these programs. This encoded part is not required. Okay, we will not be using this encoded part. Okay, don't worry. So one more thing which I wanted to tell you is configure a robot. You can configure a robot also. This is something which we have seen just now in this class. But how do we use these things? Okay, for example, so there's a homework related to this. There's a worksheet related to this. So when you double click on this robot, okay, this configure robot part will appear. So here, if you use a wheel, if you choose any wheel, you can change 2 things. Okay, you can configure 2 things. First is the diameter and second is the friction. Okay, you try to increase the diameter. Maybe I'll increase it to 10 centimeters. This one also I'll increase it to 10 centimeters. Okay, now I will save it. So now the wheels are little bigger. You can see, right? The wheels are little bigger. Now, if I increase the speed now, you'll see that robot will definitely move forward in a very fast speed, at a very fast speed. Okay, so there are a lot of things which will affect. The second thing which can be changed about a wheel is friction. Okay, you can see that the robot is moving at a very fast speed. Okay, it has hit the wall. Okay. Second thing which we can increase for a robot is its friction. So you can increase or decrease the friction also. Now you have to identify, there's a homework related to this. You need to increase or decrease this and check what happens. You have to decrease this to 0, click save. Now you should try different scenarios and identify what will happen. Okay. So you have to, there's a homework related to that. Let me show you the homework. I think we are done with this PPT. Yes, we are done. And there are some homeworks. It's given here also, but I will show you where you will submit this homework. So students, I think you have the link to link for the drive, right? So when you open the course content here, okay, you will see this senior program and junior program. So if you're a senior student, you open the senior program folder. If you're a junior student, you open the junior program folder. So when you open this junior program folder, if you're a senior, you can open senior program folder. There will be similar things, but different worksheets will be provided after 6th class. Okay. So if you open this important form submissions juniors, okay. So junior students are someone who is in grade 4, 5 and 6. Okay. Senior students are someone who is in grade 7, 8 and 9. Okay. So how do you submit this is, you open this, and here you can see worksheet week 2. Okay, you can clearly see here that there is a worksheet week 2. We need to submit this worksheet week 2. So if you want to submit this worksheet week 2, you need to click on this. You need to click on this link, and this link will take you to a form where all the questions are there. You need to write your name, your email ID, and questions will be there, and you need to write all the answers and click on submit. Okay, that's how you'll submit. And again, students, it's really important for all of us to submit that you submit your feedbacks to us. Okay, please write your name of the trainer, that if you like the trainer, you don't like the trainer, you like the class, you don't like the class. Okay, it's really important that you submit this feedback form. This is going to help all of us to improve this program. Okay, I think that's it. We have this is like the homework which is there. Okay, you need to submit it there only. Okay, thank you.